Good morning, happy Thursday, and welcome to the hottest show in Texas, Missi, Lou, me, and I'm so happy that you guys are here listening in. I've got some great guests for us today. We're going to be talking to somebody who works as an intern for Make-A-Wish, and this market is driving me kind of crazy, and I really have some questions for a lender, and I'm just hoping that I could, oh wait, here's one. Hi. One of our first guests we have here is Christina Dominguez. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Christina, tell us exactly who you are and who you work for and how long you've been doing it. And do you know what you're talking about?
Most of the time, yes. Not always. So I'm Christina Dominguez. I work for Citibank Mortgage here in Waco, Texas. I have been in the mortgage business for over 20 years. I've done everything from the front to the back to the side. And about 3 years ago, I decided that I like people, so I wanted to be in the front. So I became a loan officer about 3 years ago.
I like people too. That's awesome. So, as somebody who has a real estate license, I've always been told not to work with banks, that it takes too long to close. So I've got some super great questions for you later on. Like we're gonna get down to the bottom of this. But I also want to bring on one of our Make-A-Wish friends. She's an intern for Make-A-Wish North Texas, and her name is Allie Gonzalez. Allie, come on in.
Hi everybody.
Hi, Allie. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, it is an honor.
Guys, I want you to know that the weather is kind of shifty here, and I was told that we were in a tornado warning last night in Waco. Allie, what's it like where you are? Are you safe? Is there rain? What's happening?
Yeah, last night Dallas was only under a tornado watch. Thankfully, we didn't get a tornado warning. But there was a few storms throughout the night, and it's been very up and down. 1 minute it's hot and sunny, and the next it's storming. We had snow a few weeks ago.
I know. Welcome to Texas. We're all crazy here. Maybe Texas is trying to purge out the people that are coming in. I don't know. I don't know.
Right? I think it's trying to scare everybody.
About 10 years ago, I'm getting older. It was probably been about 15 to 17 years ago. I was a leasing agent for a property management company. Okay, you guys. And it was a weekend and a tornado was coming through. It was a tornado watch and the sky was like, oh, Wizard of Oz. Like this was it. I knew it was going to happen. Okay. This was in Louisville. You know where Louisville is?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like mortified. And I know some residents that are like, not capable, like some elderly. So I'm like going and knocking on doors and I'm like, a tornado's coming, get to a safe spot. Like I'm like completely panicked. So I get to this one lady. She's a sweet old lady that like drank too much. And she would always come and ask me to go get her a 6-pack. And I did because I know I was enabling, but she was on her way out. And I just felt like, I don't know. It's all she wanted, Anyway.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I knock on this woman's door and I'm like, a tornado's coming. And she said, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, get in the bathtub. So like I really thought the tornado was coming, you guys. And so I put her in the bathtub and I put a mattress over her to protect her in the tub. And then I go on my merry way knocking on doors. The tornado never comes.
Did you go back?
Yes, I went
good.
back.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes, but it was so bad because I had her sitting in there for like 2 hours because I really thought the tornado was coming. And having an elderly woman who may or may not be intoxicated in the tub with a mattress over her, like it was.
Did you give her a 6-pack in the tub?
No.
Oh.
no drinking. I told her no drinking and flying. And
that's hilarious.
You had the right intentions. Your intentions were good.
We just do the best we can. Speaking of doing the best we can we just talk about Make-A-Wish and your experience with them and how you got involved with them and have they ever put you in a tub and put a mattress over you?
Not that, but they have done other great things for me. So in 2015, I was granted a wish myself. So I am a wish alum. It took about 2 years for my wish to be granted just because of, medical purposes. And so in 2017, my wish was finally granted and I went to Paris, France.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oui.
And so due to just like the impact it had on me and my wish, I wanted to make this happen for other kids who were in similar situations as me. So I became a wish granter, and just that in itself, I became even more invested and wanted to do more. And so last summer in June, I became an intern. So I'm going on 1 full year being an intern, and I absolutely love it. I love every minute of it. They have yet to get rid of me.
Aw, that's so exciting. Okay, so I need to know because I've never been to Paris. So when you had that wish, I hear that they all smoke cigarettes everywhere, like it's just a thing. Is that true?
Yes, very much so. Even like I was 17 at the time, and it looks like people might. It's just so normal. It's like coffee and cigarettes are their staple thing.
Yeah.
It's just the thing.
Like you go to visit the Eiffel Tower and people are just all on the hill, just everybody smoking cigarettes is what I heard.
Yep, and it is just so like normal. That's just like the cool thing. It's what the cool kids do.
It's what the cool kids do.
Interesting.
How long did you get to stay in Paris?
I was there for a full week. So 2 days traveling and 5 days actually being there, because travel itself is like 12 hours. And then with the time shift, the jet lag was definitely an adjustment. But yeah, so 5 full days. I got to pick 5 different activities that I wanted to do, or 4. Yeah, 4 or 5.
Really cool. Okay, what were your activities? I'm sorry. I'm really interested in Paris.
Yeah. No, I love sharing this. So I did a bike tour from Paris to Versailles, and I had lunch in the Versailles Gardens, right outside of the Palace of Versailles. I went to the top of the Eiffel Tower. I did a boat tour that shows basically all of the big attractions in Paris. So like a lot of the castles and things like that. It was really, really fun. I went to the Louvre museum, and I can't think of my last one. Like I did so much even outside of my my activities. I went to all of the shops, like the Louis Vuitton store. I wanted to get the whole like experience, because it's Paris is the fashion capital of the world.
Did you get some cheap leathers?
I did buy myself a purse. And there was so much, like, I loved the food. My little brother was like, I don't like this because, it's not like American food. It's really, really different, honestly. But I loved it. I love pastries. I love everything. Coffee.
Cigarettes.
Not the cigarettes, but definitely the coffee and the pastries. I was living. My dad had a baguette in our backpack the whole time, and I was just eating bread. I think I ate like 5 baguettes while I was there.
Listen, if I had one thing that I could only eat for the rest of my life, it would be bread. Second thing, cheese.
And that's another thing. On our way to Versailles, we stopped at like these little markets, and they had cheese and bread and pastries and fruits. And I love, like, charcuterie boards are my favorite.
It's my jam. Yeah.
Yes, and that's what it
hungry,
felt like.
Allie. I heard they have a cheese cave. I heard they have a cheese cave here in the Waco area. There's some kind of cheese cave thing going on here. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to get back to you and let you know if it's worth your time, because maybe you got to come visit some of your Baylor friends. And
cheese is my guilty pleasure, honestly. I can eat that with bread and butter and all the bad stuff.
You want a Texas Roadhouse after this?
Right? Let me just make a road trip to Waco really quick.
Let me ask you, so now that you are actively working and helping Make-A-Wish, you're a wish granter. I've gotten to go through the program of going through the training to be a wish granter too, and I absolutely love the training. And I just want to boast on them for a minute and get you to help me. If anybody out there is looking to get involved and to help charity, Make-A-Wish is absolutely hands down wonderful, because they're helping the children, right? Like this young lady, she was somebody that was able to receive a wish, and it inspired her and set her on a path to help others, which is just like the best thing that you could possibly see happen as a full circle. And I'm just so impressed with you as a young woman and what you're accomplishing and what you're doing in your life. But
thank you.
The program that you go through for training, it's so easy, and it teaches you so much.
Yes, for sure. To sign up also, it is really simple. You can just go on our website, ntx.wish.org. And another thing too that I really wanted to get across, coming on here is that we are still very much granting wishes. Wishes are still happening amidst the pandemic. This week, we actually had a new policy change where we can extend the mileage for people who want to travel. So we're slowly but surely getting back to normal now. It is 1,000 miles. You can go as far as 1,000 miles. And even though, for some families that want to do international, that doesn't sound, ideal, but it's something and it's a start.
Yeah.
Which we're really, really excited about.
Yeah. And Make-A-Wish, they depend on the community for donations so that they can help grant these wishes for children. Okay. And one of the biggest events they have is their fun run. Okay. And this is the second year we haven't been able to do our running event. Is that right?
Yes, yes. We unfortunately aren't having in-person events at the moment. We're still kind of waiting. We're really following CDC guidelines and all of that. We're trying to be as safe as possible, especially for our Wish kids, because a lot of them, are at risk, and their safety and their health is our number one priority.
So if anybody out there wants to get involved and wants to help and knows that Make-A-Wish would appreciate donations because we're not able to do these events, there's a website right here that you can go to and you can make a donation. This is Make-A-Wish North Texas that we're focusing on today. Okay, guys, it's Make-A-Wish North Texas. Right, Allie? Is that where we're at?
Yes, ma'am. It is Make-A-Wish North Texas. And on there, you can find everything, any information that you want. We actually have a virtual event coming up on April 29th. We're celebrating World Wish Day, and we're going to be having, silent auctions, and a wish is going to be delivered, and a lot of really, really fun things. And you can sign up on our website. You can go to the events page, and you can sign up and join. And we'll have, like I said, silent auctions, opportunities for you to donate, get involved, learn more about Make-A-Wish, what we're doing, the wishes we've granted during the pandemic, and just a lot of other things.
It's how you can get involved. And really, you should get involved because Allie did, and Allie loves it.
Oh, I absolutely love every single bit of it. I never want to leave. I tell them all the time.
Allie, tell me, what is it like going from a wish granter to an intern? Because that's something that I've never done. I've never branched over to that. What is it like? What do you do?
So I am a volunteer services and mission integrations intern. So just seeing the back end of everything has been such an amazing learning experience. I've got to really see, I've participated in donor outreach, volunteer engagement, things like that. I get to personally talk to Wish families, which I did as obviously as a wish grantor, but just for more of the back end, for more the staff end of it, it has just been such an amazing experience. And I've also done other interviews because I am a Wish ambassador as well. So I get to do, share my testimony with Make-A-Wish. I've done other news interviews, and just next week I'm doing one with actually the Chi Omega chapter at Baylor University. And I'm going to also share my wish journey with
Ask
them.
them about the cheesecake. if you think about it.
So does anyone know about that cheesecake? I'm sure they all know.
Well, I see this billboard. It's like on exit 318 or 319, and it says Cheese Cave.
I think there's a place in Marina.
I'm not making it up, you guys. I'm serious.
I heard cheesecake. I was like, so it's like
a cave of cheeses.
So it's like a literal cave of cheese.
My imagination's going wild. Like, I want to know, what do you mean cheese cave?
Why don't you go check it out? You should go see. That would be such a fun.
I wanted to have our show there, but I didn't know about the Wi-Fi strength.
And maybe the smell. Maybe the smell will be a little interesting.
Well, I'm going to find out about it. Okay. So I'm really excited about that, but I'm even more excited about Make-A-Wish and what they do for children in our community. So guys, again, if you have any interest in giving back to the community or helping out, please consider Make-A-Wish. They're not able to do the events that generate like this fun run that they do every year that they have not been able to do for the last 2 years. That's what generates most of their donations. So they've taken a devastating blow. All charities across the board have taken a devastating blow. And now that we're starting to implement back into society and we're able to get out more, just please keep that in mind. There's so many more families that are in need and really require assistance. And there's so many charities that were hit, but Make-A-Wish, you guys help them out. Just $5, $10, whatever you can do. It really does add up. If everybody just gave $1 today, I mean, my goodness, they'd be able to grant a wish. How much money does it usually take to get a wish granted?
It takes about, so you're saying just like a generalized
wish.
Cost of a wish. It's about $7,000, depending on, that's a travel wish because that's our most, requested wish. And so that's about $7,000. But we've still been doing fun things like splash pads in the backyard, pools, playground sets. We've still been doing room makeovers, for our kids who have been home a lot. So we've been trying to implement those wishes in the home, how we can, still make it fun and enjoyable. We've had a lot of donors who send Amazon packages. They make Amazon wish lists. We purchase everything on that wish list and send it to them. So we're still doing a lot of great things and making their experiences at home as enjoyable as possible.
I love it. A lot of families have a wish right now, and that's to get into a new home, and they're struggling. Do you have any idea how crazy the real estate market is right now, Allie?
Real estate is not up my alley, so no, I didn't.
You want to learn a little bit?
Yes.
I want to learn a bit about Make-A-Wish, but now I want you to learn a little bit because, the more we know, the better we are as people, right? So we're here to educate each other. Don't be misinformed, okay, Allie?
Yes, and I am misinformed definitely about real estate, so I would love to learn more.
So when it comes to real estate, I focus on 3 separate markets: the Dallas market, the Austin market, and the Waco market. And for mine, there's a pillow in my car. Anyway, the Dallas market, where you are right now, inventory is very low. And so prices for homes are going anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 over what the listing price is. Like if the house is $300,000, it is not uncommon for it to close at $400,000. How crazy is that? Like that's a real thing. It's happening. And then in the Austin area, there's even less inventory. So they're fighting to get up there. The only people that are really able to participate right now are conventional or cash offers, which is devastating. And there's a lot of different offers. I mean, there's a lot of different loan structures that you can get. And a lot of people say, don't go with a bank because it takes them too long to close and that could hurt, especially in a market like this. But that's why I've got Citibank here to tell us a little bit. Citibank was my very first bank when I was in college.
Mm-hmm. So we are actually Citibank Mortgage. So we are an actual mortgage company. We're just owned by a bank.
Okay.
So the benefits of that is, you can get the things from the bank, like, and this is, you can do lot loans, land loans, bridge loans. We have those side pieces, but I still do just the normal, FHA, VA, conventional. I still do all that and sell to the secondary market and everything. So the only thing the bank really changes for me is it opens up those bank loans.
Ah, well, that's cool.
And I don't do them, but we do have that part.
Christina, how fast can you close?
All depends on the appraisal.
Right. Yeah.
So
what's the appraisal like out here in Waco?
I got a contract yesterday wanting to close on the 12th, and I'm nervous because some of them are taking 30 to 45 days.
Are you sending out bottles of wine?
Well, yeah, I've been calling saying, can I buy you lunch? What can I do for you?
You could contract with that cheese cave and maybe send them out cheeses.
That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. But if it wasn't for an appraisal and if for some reason you didn't need one, I mean, you could close in 2-3 weeks like normal.
So do we need more people to be appraisers?
Yes, we do.
Allie?
I hear it pays really well.
We need some appraisers, man. What's the appraise out in cheese caves?
Yeah.
The cheese cave. See, as a broke college student, I'm not quite there yet, but we'll definitely take that in mind whenever it's time for me to branch out of my parents' house.
Well, you just keep in mind as somebody that is staying with parents, there's things that you could do right now to be working on your credit in case you don't know. And that is having a credit card or an open bank. I mean, you look so young and gorgeous. I don't know how old you are.
21.
You're old enough.
Yeah. Better, but way too young to care.
Right.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
She can eat all the cheese.
You can eat your way out of the cave or in, whichever.
I can eat my way out and not feel guilty.
Well, you just make sure if you have any bills coming up that you pay those. That's the most important thing, that you're paying your bills on time and keeping your DTI, which is your debt to income. You know what you have in your debt. Whenever it's time to buy, don't make any big purchases, okay? And then you want your debt to stay low, low, low.
Don't go charge that credit card all the way up.
Don't go on a shopping spree. Don't go buy a new couch when you get a house. And this applies for leases too. Whenever you're like, Mom, Dad, I love you, but like I gotta fly, and you want to go get an apartment with your friends or something.
I'm about to start hunting for one once I graduate.
Listen.
She can help.
It's important that you don't make any big purchases in the meantime. And most apartments or homes that you're going to rent are going to want you to make 3 times the rent collectively with all the people that you're renting with. Is it just you, or are you going to have roommates?
Me and my boyfriend are actually going to be apartment hunting when we graduate in May. So we both graduate in May, and I'll start grad school in August.
That's really exciting. Are you going to be looking in the Dallas Irving area? Because that's where Make-A-Wish is, right, Irving?
Yeah, the whole actually our headquarters is in Addison.
Oh, Addison. That's right. They moved to Addison.
But we're going to be looking throughout the whole DFW area. So.
Okay, well, I can set you up in a search, and if I can help you find a place, I'll send you a basket of assorted cheeses.
I actually have a friend who's going to start looking for an apartment in Waco. She just got a job, and she's going to start looking in Waco. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's exciting. Well, look at us. People helping people. I'm going to get her a cheese basket, too. She's going to be like, your friend has got a thing with cheeses. It's super great.
A cheese fetish.
Can that be a thing?
Does anybody not like cheese?
I have no shame.
We don't want to be friends with those people.
I mean, it is such a guilty pleasure. Like my thing is like having a charcuterie board and watching The Bachelor with a bunch of cheese.
Okay, let's talk about our favorite cheeses. I want to tell you guys my favorite cheese. It's Jarlsberg. Have you ever had Jarlsberg? You can get it at Sam's Club.
Never even heard of it.
First off, you're welcome.
Wait, you're a Sam's person over Costco?
I have both. When you're 35.
We don't have a Costco here.
What?
Oh.
No.
I'm not gonna cry on the camera.
But y'all have HEB. Y'all have HEB.
Yes.
Yeah,
y'all automatically win.
Bomb.
Yeah.
I love HEB. They're like Sam's but better. I guess they're a good in between Sam's and Costco for sure. They're great in between.
So balances.
I do love them, and I travel back so much. I go to Dallas 6 times a month for clients. I have 6 Mondays and Fridays are delegated to Dallas clients. So I mean, I could still get my Costco fix. Okay?
There you go.
And I'm not even going to tell you guys that I don't pay for a Costco membership, and I just use my best friend's card because that's none of y'all's business. But I can get into Costco if I wanted to.
Do what you got to do. I respect it.
The most important thing about doing what you got to do is to make sure that that you're not making any major purchases, and you have to have a job for at least 3 months. So I don't know what this boyfriend of yours does,
right?
But he better quit. You need to hold that job for at least 3 months, okay?
Before you can look for an apartment?
Yeah, is he never had a job before?
Yes, he has. He's working now, yeah.
Okay, how long has he held the job?
Due to the pandemic, he lost his job he had been with for 3 years, but the one he's with now, he's been with for a year since the pandemic started. He has to just
perfect. Yeah, that's fine.
Find whatever.
I just want to have it for at least 3 months because they have to show that residual income. And then they'll want to take a look at your bank statements, and then they want to do a rental history, which you guys may not have rental history because you're so young. Have you been with your parents this whole time?
No. So I did live in Denton. The only reason I moved back was because of the pandemic, and so my classes weren't going to be in person. So it was like, I mean, why spend that much money on a student housing when I can be here? And it saves so much money. But he does have a house in Denton that he has roommates, and it's a 3-bedroom house. Yeah.
So whenever you're in a lease and you have to exit a lease, like what your boyfriend's going to have to do, I don't know if he's going to be exiting when the lease is up or if he has to step out while that lease is still ongoing with people still in the home. Do you know which one?
No, they're going to all move out once the lease is up.
Perfect.
Yeah, they didn't want to deal with all like the breaking the lease and everything that comes with that. So they all agreed as soon as the lease is up, then they'll all kind of go their separate ways.
Those realtors the property management does a walkthrough after you're out, and they'll charge you for anything that's in the house. And if it's a house full of guys, let me just tell you, Allie, you need to remind them they need to clean the stove.
Well, actually, whenever they moved in, their landlord didn't make the people before them clean it out. It was filthy.
Didn't hit.
just didn't things. Even whenever she showed the house, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is normal, but like the family was there, they were chilling. Yeah. So they were like touring, and the family's just like coming in and out of the room. They're just like eating cheese. They were eating cheese,
cheese and bread
and crackers.
Well, when you guys are ready, I can set you up on a search. I'm happy to help. But if you just end up going and finding a place, there's a few apartment complexes where I know the property manager, and they would love to help out somebody that helps out Make-A-Wish.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've got somebody in Las Colinas.
That's actually where, because he's going to be an engineer, and a lot of engineering companies are out of like Fort Worth, Irving. And so I was like, Las Colinas, we actually did talk about that.
I'm texting the property manager right now. Serious. Her name is Tina. Her name's Tina, and she's my old boss. Remember I did property management back in the day? I mentioned it.
Yes.
She's one of my old bosses, and she's an angel. And then she has another sister who does property management over in the Shops at Legacy.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you want to be in the middle of everything and pay too much for your rent, I can help you with that too.
Isn't that Plano, Shops of Legacy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe not a little too far for you to drive.
It is. No, I have a friend who actually lives in apartments at Shops at Legacy, and he moved there right after college, and he says that the rent is crazy.
So much fun.
It is. He's like right in the middle of everything.
You see the Dallas Cowboys and Lenny Kravitz walking down the street, and you never know. Like, you never know who you're going to run into. What's that one guy? Not Marilyn Manson. He's a basketball player, and he has a bunch of stuff in his face.
Rodman?
Yeah, I saw Dennis Rodman the other day when I was walking over there. Yeah, he was getting a haircut on the street.
In Dallas?
I was like, Dennis, go inside to get your haircut. He's like,
look, actually on the street.
Yeah, he was standing on the sidewalk getting a haircut. I know it was him. I know what he looks like. It was super weird.
Yeah, no, that is the place to be.
You never know. I mean, you never know. I've run into Dak before. You never know who you're going to see over there in that Plano area.
You ran into Dak over there at the Shops at Legacy?
Well, not at the Shops at Legacy, but across the way, they have a new development. It's called
The New Development.
I haven't had coffee yet this morning, you guys. But it's better than Shops at Legacy. It's new and it's better and it's so nice. That's where the Dallas Cowboys practice.
Oh, yes.
You need to go over there for date night if you haven't. Now that things are opening back up, you need to go back over there. It's so they have this machine on the side of a building that's a cupcake machine, and you like do, and it like gives you a box out, and you like have a cupcake on the go.
I've been to one of those. Yes.
I mean, it's not cheese, but it's still pretty.
I know there's a place in Dallas that does that, but with cake. So yeah,
you get to choose
yes,
you get to choose.
Yes. I chose wrong. I got a sriracha thing. It was a bad idea for a cupcake.
Yeah.
I make mistakes, okay? I'm human. I don't know what you want me to say, Allie.
Live and learn.
A sriracha cupcake.
Don't do that. Some things are bad decisions. Some things are good decisions.
Do you guys like pie?
I love pie.
Have you ever been to Emporium Pies in Dallas or heard of it? Oh,
I love Emporium Pies. They have this buttermilk thing over there. That's what I was thinking of. It's absolutely delicious. They've got great pies. Next time I go, I'll bring you a pie. You want a pie?
Pie.
At least it's not cheese.
Hey, I'll take a cheese pie too.
Is that a thing? Can we make
cheesecake?
Oh, there's $1 million idea.
If there's a sriracha cupcake,
don't do that.
Probably cheese pie.
Don't do sriracha cupcake. It was like a sriracha lime. So you think maybe? No. Don't do sriracha. Christy, do not do a sriracha lime cupcake. If you ever have the opportunity, just say no. Okay.
She likes to live on the edge. Christy does.
Hi, Crystal.
Hey, girl.
Hey, you know this chick? I guess we're coming to a close now. So I just wanted to say thank you both for being on the show today. I'm so grateful. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to Make-A-Wish again. If anybody out there is looking to get involved in a charity that is focused on helping children and their wishes come true, to help give them the courage to fight whatever is they're having to fight, you guys, Make-A-Wish, they're wonderful. They're great. And matter of fact, if you don't want to give the money because you don't have it, but maybe you want to volunteer, well, you can do that too. Go to this website. There's ways to do it. Make-A-Wish North Texas. Check them out. Allie, it will tell you. Tell them, Allie.
Yes. Please sign up. We would love your help.
Yeah, people helping people. That's what it's about. Now, speaking of helping people, if you're in this crazy real estate market, bless your little heart. I know that it's going crazy. You really want to make sure you have a lender that knows how to help you. Maybe somebody who's got, I don't know, say 20 plus years experience, maybe somebody who has access to a bank, but also can help you with your lending needs. Someone that might send you a bottle of wine if things get too stressful. Well, I found her.
I have some under my desk, actually.
You do?
I do. I do.
Later, after the show, not in front of Mari. Let's go ahead and give them a shout out of how they can reach you. Let's give them your contact information.
Okay. Christina Dominguez, you can use my cell phone, 254-723-1186. And you can also go to my website, which is just my name, ChristinaDominguez.us. I am available to talk, text, email. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me just about anywhere. So, yep, I'm here available anytime.
Thank both of you girls for being on the show today. And everybody knows if you need to go to a cheese cave, call me because I'm the best one.
She's there now.
She's on her way for lunch.
Cheese cave, guys. Catch you on the flip side. Next
Thank
time you. I'll be my stretcher pets.
Thank you so much, Missy. This was so fun.
Have a blessed day and a great week. And call me to help you and your boyfriend get into that apartment in Dallas.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Y'all have a blessed day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.